Hey all. Sorry if the camera's a little shaky. I'm not on a flat surface, but that's neither here nor there. Hi. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Charlita. This is More Peace. This is Heal Talk 19. We're almost at 20 episodes. That's wild. I don't have a topic in mind right now. I was pulling some cards on myself. For those of you who don't know, I do a little tarot on the side, and I was pulling some cards for myself, and this came out. So yeah, I just pressed record, and I was just like, just go with it. You'll figure it out on the way. And I guess I can springboard off of that action, this intention, just remaining consistent, open, and true. Anybody who is venturing out and becoming expansive, if that is your intent, if that is your mindset, your goal, just to be more, just to add more, just to, value. You may not know what lies ahead. More times than ever, some things are just unseen, unforeseen, rather. And I think that's okay. I feel it's okay to continue to journey forward, knowing that everything you need is already innately within you. More often times than none, it's really just about the action. Not saying all the time to go into something blindly. I'm not saying that at all. I definitely believe in the beauty of planning and organization. But even if you've done all the planning, you've done all the organizing that you can do, crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's, there's still a sense of, I guess, anxiousness that can come with, I don't know what to expect from it. And that's where your faith and trust have to kick in. That your steps are being guided, that you are gifted and your gifts are a part of your purpose to share your gifts, and to just keep putting one foot in front of the other and taking action in terms of just sharing you. There's nobody like you. You're special. You're one of one. Shout out to B. If anybody watching this video, let me know if you have been to the Renaissance show over the summer. I swear that's all I see when I get on, I'm only on Instagram, social media wise. I'm only on Instagram. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not on Facebook. TikTok. Did I say that? Yeah. I'm only on YouTube and I'm only on Instagram. But when I get on IG, I swear that's primarily one of the only things that I see. Maybe that speaks to my algorithm. Maybe that speaks to me. Who knows? But I had plans to go. I had plans. I bought a ticket. I was going to go to the Nashville show. I bought my ticket like, I guess it's not important. It was very early on in this year. But things happen. Things change. Things come up, and I wasn't able to go see my girl. But I didn't feel like down or sad about it. I actually have family in Nashville, and I wanted to give my ticket, since I knew I time was creeping up on the show and I knew I couldn't make it. I was like, I'm gonna give my ticket to one of my cousins for her birthday. And I remember I gave it to her because you can do that through Ticketmaster. For those of you who don't know, you can forward your ticket over. And I was like, hey, you doing anything next weekend? And I'm like, you want to go see Beyonce? And she was like, insert explicit mark. She was like, beep, yeah. She's like, yeah. So I forwarded my ticket, and she was just like, are you sure? Because you love Beyonce. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. Because I wasn't going to be able to make it. But I had the privilege and blessing and opportunity to see her and Jay when they came to Buffalo back in 2018. So, and I went to that concert by myself, and I had the best time. And I love Jay just as much as I love B. So not being able to see the Renaissance tour, it didn't hurt me as much, because I'm just like, I've seen Beyonce within the last 5 years. I'll be okay if I don't see this show. And I completely got my life to Renaissance when it came out last year. So I feel like I've lived, and we all going to continue to live with this album. But I feel like I rocked out with the Renaissance album all of last summer, this year, this summer. So I'm like, I'm good. And shout out to those people on YouTube who be posting the show, because the show was like roughly a little over 2 hours. And I feel like every day when I get on YouTube, I see postings and videos of shows from different cities. So I'm like, shout out to y'all, because I've watched a couple. Just like, yes. It's of course it seems like an amazing show, but yeah, shout out to B. I went on a little tangent there. I love B. But for those of you who, sorry about the camera shaking. For those of you who don't know, I have been releasing music. It's just so different. And yet so very true to myself. It's interesting. Victoria Monet, those of you who don't know or under a rock, invest some time to listen to her music and really just check out her story. One thing that I admire about artists, as well as their gift in being able to create art and music in that way. When I invest in an artist and I tend to take a liking into a certain artist, I tend to look a little deeper into who they are as, a person. And I was watching this interview with her. Her album just released, Jaguar 2. Love it. Shout out to Vicky, my girl. I was watching her Apple interview about this new album release, and just hearing her touch a bit on her personal journey and her story. And she was telling the interviewer how when she was young, she was very, very, very shy. And, she's kind of known for being very soft spoken. And she's the only child, her mother's the only child. And how, she would be very timid when it came to expressing herself around her family and friends. But when she was alone, that's kind of when like the superstar in the making would emerge. And I identify with that so much, y'all. I identify with that so much. I definitely feel like it's a part of my calling. And the sun is shining, coming through the clouds. I feel like it's a part of my calling to be an artist in some form or fashion, whether it's poetry, spoken word, music, dance. Like, I don't know. Maybe everybody is different, but I know for me, when I'm listening to certain songs, like, I can see and feel the music like different in terms of like performing. And I know I'm not the only person who does this, but I just feel like that's a truth that I've been suppressing within myself, and not really having full range to allow myself to let that inner being out, due to shyness, due to being timid, due to judgment. But then I hear a voice in my head like, them people got to say, like, do you? So I'm trying to weigh it well on my Libra scale. But what I was going to say is that I've been honoring my gifts in terms of music and artistry and expression. And I released a song called Love a couple days ago, maybe last week sometime. If you guys haven't checked it out, let me know what you think. Along with that, I've released, one, two, let me count. I released a song called The Empress. I released a song called Respect. I've released a song called They Call Me. And I've been releasing along with, because that was a part of my Back to Me Volume 2 project. Along that, I want to call it an album, but I don't think it's long enough to be considered an album. We'll call it an EP. Along with that work, I released some of the beats that I created too. All of my music, all of my beats, I've created the music, as well as the beats for it, produced and written my own material. And being an artist ain't for the faint of heart. Like, it takes it really just takes the honoring of your own truth. It really just takes the willfulness to listen to yourself and to just kind of block out everything that be going on around you. And I know it's easier said than done for a lot of people, especially if you're a parent. Kiki Palmer said, after all, I am a mother. So, even with that, it's not an excuse either. But, even with all of the things that be going on around us in the day-to-day, it just makes me more grateful and even more in tune with myself to express in that way. If you've grown up with me, you will know I've always loved to write. It was interesting because, to chime back on that Victoria Monet interview, she was saying that she's been a writer for a good while too. And the interviewer was like, once a writer, always a writer. And that hit home for me. I'm like, yes, if you're a writer, if that's, and not everybody is a writer, but it's just like, you can't hide from yourself. You can't run from yourself. If something is on you and something is you and of you, it's you. So I say all of that to say that it brings me joy to be able to intentionally tap into this part of myself that is expressing myself through music. There will definitely be more music to come. Again, if you haven't seen or heard my work yet, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it. And I think I'm gonna leave you all with that for now. So until next time, I'm gonna read this quote to you that I found on IG before I got on here that just resonated with me. Remember that people can only love to the level of their own self-love, that they can only communicate to their own level of self-awareness, and that they can only behave to their own level of healed trauma. And that was written by Kevin Crenshaw. And that's the word for today. Remember, don't take this too personal. Not what I'm saying, but I'm just saying in terms of people, places, things outside of you. Don't take it too personal. We're all on this journey. We're all coming into ourselves, more into ourselves. And I wish nothing but love, peace, growth, and love to you guys. Till next time.